Westland-Rose, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of some of the things that you could do outside of just the general standard use of PowerPoint with your presentations. This is what I call life beyond PowerPoint, and here I'm making use of an iPad and some of the apps that you can use on your iPad. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is an app which is called Slide Shark. And with Slide Shark you can actually download your PowerPoint slides onto Slide Shark. They'll go up on the screen. What I actually have on my iPad here is all my slides underneath. So if I decide I want to move to another slide, then fine, I can just press on the slide and up it comes onto the screen. Now if I decide I want to go back again, then again, equally I can go back. As you can see, all your animations will be in Slide Shark as well. And another advantage Slide Shark is giving is that you can actually draw on the slide as well. So if I decide I want to add something in, I can just draw it up here and up it goes up onto the screen. And if I want to clear what I've drawn, then fine, I can just clear it quickly and easily. There it goes. So give you some other choices. I've put these up on the screen here. So flip chart or a whiteboard. Of course you can adapt things and add things as you're going along through your presentation. Video clips are good for communicating a message for you and make things a bit different. You could make use of props. I was working with somebody some years ago who was a finance director within a dairy company, giving a financial presentation, and he decided to use milk bottles as his props, filled the bottles up with different coloured water to different levels to demonstrate the types of money and budgets that each department was having to handle. You could make use of people's imagination. So just paint the picture and get them to imagine it in their own minds. There's yourself. You can be a visual aid in yourself, maybe act something out. And there's PowerPoint, of course, as well. As I've said, you can make use of Slide Shark if you want to make your PowerPoint slides a little bit different. You also have things like another app I'm going to show you here is called Prezi, P-R-E-Z-I. And the nice thing about Prezi is you can, again, upload your visual aids. I say visual aids, not slides, because you create a Prezi quite differently to PowerPoint slides. And what you'll end up with is something that zooms in and out and gives you something of a 3D type effect to it. And you can move it around, zoom out, zoom in on things, zoom in even further still. And with an iPad you've also got the option to literally use your fingers and move things around that way. So that's Prezi a little bit different. And I think anything that's different is good for capturing people's attention. And then another one that I'll show you here, this is called Zendeck. Now this to me is the Twitter of visual aids, in that you can only create something that's very quick, very simple, just a few words and a picture. So just to give you a very quick example of this, what you will have going up on the screen would be just a large picture, and you can choose your pictures either from photographs that you've got stored on your iPad or going into Flickr, and lots of choices of pictures that you can use then. And just a bit of text that goes up on the screen as well. So, and you can decide whether you want to place it top, bottom, in the middle, to the side. So just a few key messages, and as I say, it gives you something of a Twitter type style to your slides. And then the final thing I'm going to show you, which of course you can have with your iPad, would be Keynote, so the Apple's version of PowerPoint. And the thing that I like about Keynote is that you've got some different animations that you could use, which is a little bit different to PowerPoint. I showed you Zendeck in the other part of the video. This is very similar to Zendeck, but you'll have noticed with Zendeck that it was a little bit buggy. The sliding animation bit didn't
run too smoothly. Haiku Deck is much better, much smoother, and the other thing I like about it is that the text is nice and large. So here we go, here's a few examples. So you can put the text in different places. You've got some lovely templates that you can use. I find that there are more features than Zendeck. It could be that Zendeck, the people that create Zendeck are going to update it, and maybe all that will change pretty quickly. But for the moment, there seems to be more features in the sense that you can put the text in you've got more choices of places that you put your text. Text, as I say, is larger. Both of them allow you to find photographs through Flickr, but for some reason in this one, the quality of the photos seems to be better than in Zendeck. And I found this one, which I thought, was fairly stunning. So it can put a real focus on your message. And I think it's pretty cool. Simple, easy, and looks terrific. All right, so that's Haiku Deck, or however you pronounce it. And then finally, these apps all seem to be something Deck. This one is simply called Deck, just to make it easy to remember. And this one I'm quite excited about. Now with this, as you can see, you've got a bit of animation going on. So you've got some templates that you can use, and the animation is actually in the templates. And you can purchase more of them. There's some that are free and extra ones that you can purchase. So some of it happens automatically, some of it you can pre-program. So if you want to zoom in on a photo, zoom back out again, you can just decide that. Move on to your next slide. You've got some options of different graphics, and again there's a bit of animation, so you can highlight certain parts of the graphic that you want people to look at. Again, you can program these yourself within the iPad. And moving on. So you've got charts as well. There's a varied combination of charts that you can use, all within the deck, within the app. Zoom in on that, zoom back out again, and move on. So the great thing I think about this is it's nicely creative. Now, with all of these apps, I will admit that they're not the greatest things to use for, say, a highly technical presentation. Still, the best thing for that kind of presentation would be PowerPoint. So if you've got lots of technical detail to put across, PowerPoint still has its place. But if you're giving a presentation that wants to be much more creative and eye-catching, and maybe just present a concept or an idea or influence some thinking, then these are great to use. Alright, so something a bit different, and hopefully that gives you a whole variety of different things that you could use, some of them which will work also with a laptop, but certainly things that you can use with apps on your iPad.